Okay, I just want to say the vlog you're about to watch is me learning how to take wheels off Harley Davidson Tourer. Colin, this is just like an emergency thing. It's not, well, we don't encourage it. I mean, tyres and wheels are the most important thing on a bike. You get them wrong, it could kill you. So Colin's just given me a crash course. If I tear a tyre or if I have a blowout and I'm stranded somewhere and I've got some Mexican kids like I did last time, I can actually give them a bit of a hand and tell them what to do and make it a little bit easier and quicker. So hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I've just got in after riding nearly 1,000 Ks. I can't tell you where I am, it's top secret because where I am it's quite dangerous at the moment. So I need to give this a bit of lag time before I upload it because I don't like to let people know where I'm staying or where I am in the world. So enjoy the vlog. So surprise, surprise, I'm at Geelong Harley Davidson, and today, as you would have seen in the last vlog, a lot of people have knocked me for having lack of technical knowledge in regards to a Harley Davidson, and you can see the disaster I had in Mexico. I've been thinking to myself, if I just knew how to take off a rear wheel, the fact that if on my next trip, which is coming up very shortly, I'm about to embark on it to be honest, my next trip, even if I knew how to pull a back tyre off properly, that way I could carry the back tyre, I could jump in the back of a Jeep, a back of a van and take it, even if I had to travel 1,000 kilometers or 500 miles, I could actually then get it repaired and then bring it back to the Road King. So as you saw those young kids from Mexico, they did a great job, but it took them about 7 or 8 hours. So today, Colin Jones is going to teach me how to take apart a Harley Davidson. We'll basically pull off a rear wheel and then put it back. So you ready to, people haven't seen you for a while, Colin, they've missed you.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, same minute. I've had a few visitors from around the world come in to say hello.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Quite nice, really.
Yep.
They all want to know where you are, but...
Well, I'm overseas.
Well, they don't know. They must think that you can, I don't know, aerial transport yourself overseas because they all expect you to be here.
Yeah, like I live here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying to them, we haven't seen him for 6 weeks. We've got a bit of work done in the meantime. It's been quite good.
I was actually gone for 3 months, Colin.
3 months. We got 3 months worth of work done.
Yeah. That
was good. We enjoyed that.
Yeah. So just so you know, it's hard to do content at Geelong Harley Davidson when you're overseas, and I'm about to go overseas again. So today we're working on this on my road glide, aren't we, Colin?
Who's we?
Well, we're gonna work on it as a team because we're buddies, right?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, forgot that.
So we're gonna...
No, it's a public holiday today and the whole of Geelong's having a day off.
I've got to point out, today is a public holiday. Colin's shop is shut and he's opened it up just for me. So just me and him are gonna have a bonding session and we're gonna work on it together, and this will be just harmonious beauty. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna focus on the rear wheel. Colin, do you think we can actually just show me how to pull the front wheel off? Because that's no big deal, is it, the front wheel?
Anytime you put a spanner to a motorcycle, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
If you don't know what you're doing, because if you don't get it right, it can
kill you.
Well, that's the worst extreme. It can make you have a nasty off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose it could kill you. So
yeah.
That's why we have our apprentices do so long apprenticeship and spend time up at the university in Sydney so that they can learn not to kill people, because the coroner's court's a pretty sad place.
Yeah.
With this. What's your opinion on that tie? That looks like one you bought in Mexico.
That looks like that's not very safe.
No, there's still a bit left, look.
Yeah.
But do you want to pull the front wheel out just to show you?
Yeah, let's pull the front wheel off. That's no big deal, is it?
Well, it is when those fag tags are on the axle, we've got to get them off.
What are they called?
Axle covers.
So you don't like these things on motorbikes?
Oh, they're just a dress up.
Yeah, they just cover the nut.
They just cover the nut, but usually 9 times out of 10, customers have fitted them themselves and they left all of the factory Loctite on the Allen key. Yeah. And it'll strip before it'll undo, so
it's always a nightmare getting them off.
Not always. Usually a chisel and a hammer gets them off pretty quickly.
Okay. Okay, I've got one off. Look at that.
Yeah, good work.
Right, we'll just... Will I set everything up here?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got both the covers off pretty easy. So we're doing this on the ground because the reality is if I'm in Mexico or in another country, Bolivia, Colombia, Afghanistan, it's going to be on the ground. We're not going to have access to a jack. So where's it go? Just pretty much under the centre of the bike? Or?
No, you want it towards the front because you only want to pick the front up.
Okay.
But there's a couple of bumps in the frame, so I just go behind them. See this casting bump here where it's been welded?
Yep.
If you just come in behind there, it'll pick the front up only.
Yep.
This is the only way to really check your wheel bearings properly too, believe it or not, when the wheel's out.
So sorry guys, this is more of a serious vlog because it's serious stuff when you break down in a country that's not English speaking and they don't have Harley Davidson dealerships around the corners. You could be 2,000 miles from a Harley Davidson dealership, and for me, I'm just trying to work out how to take wheels off, put them back on. I think it's a smart thing to do. So some people might say, well, you don't have the tools on you, but a lot of these small tyre repair places in some of these Central America, they do have the tools. It's just that they've not seen Harley Davidsons before. So loosen them off.
Yep.
Are you taking them off or just loosening them?
Taking them off.
So the brakes are going to come off. Yep.
Good.
There's this little rubber thing here, see that?
Little rubber thing.
That thing there.
Oh, that's your ABS mount, so I've loosened that, but that won't. Just let that sit there now.
Just let that sit there?
Yeah, it should
okay.
just.
All right, so just let it hang like that. All right.
The secret with a shifter is to adjust it tight onto the nut so there's no movement.
Yep.
And then push that way. You shouldn't use shifters, but you're going to be in the bush, so.
So you only need to loosen that, you don't loosen anything over there?
Well, yes, we do. There's a pinch bolt down here that's a safety lock for the axle.
So once you've got the brake calipers off, you can just take this bolt off, and then you've got to worry about this pinch bolt.
It doesn't have to be done in any order.
Yeah, okay.
But it's all got to be done before the axle will slide out.
So that way, now the wheel's off, really?
Yeah, but this is what your ABS sensor, so that comes out.
Guard's stuck in the way.
It's because it's got that eBay guard you bought. You have to get on the jack now and jack it up.
Jack it up that way, okay. Will that come out yet?
No, that's because you got a bloody gay-ass fucking wheel in there.
Oh, well, sorry that I modified my motorbike.
Oh, have a look at this. We're not even going to get it out around the mudguard.
What do you mean?
Well, this gay mudguard, can I say that?
Yeah.
It's going to stop us getting, let's take the mudguard off. We might as well stop now.
Oh, fuck.
Look.
Can't we just sort of rip it out or something?
See, this is the sort of shit that if you're on the...
Yeah, well, I'm not taking this bike. This is more of a difficult bike to work on. Okay.
All right, well, what about at about this point?
We just put it back together. Yeah, because we know how to put it off. Cool.
I don't...
All right. Would you want me to put it back together, Cole?
Yep, but I want you to show you how to check these wheel bearings.
Yep.
So you put that in till it's just in that wheel bearing. Push down on this and turn it.
Yeah.
And it's smooth. It's beautiful. You're not pushing down. Push down and turn it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if that would be really grumbly and noisy.
So you know that's good. You know that's good. Okay,
that's good.
All right.
You pull your axle out.
All right.
Put your axle in.
Will all bikes have a spacer? So
Now come around this other side.
So you've just got to line up the axle and the ABS unit, and then slide the axle through. Sorry. Yep. All right, go. You'll push that through.
So when we pull it out again to put this new tyre on.
So is that all the way in there when it just stops about there?
Yeah, it hits on a shoulder. Axle's turning all the way through.
Yeah.
So I'll just hold that, nip that. Tighten your pinch bolt. So the secret of a spanner that big, you were holding it there.
Yeah.
It's called leverage. You're not getting any.
Yeah.
If you go down there, see how easy that turns?
No, it's just holding the camera. Oh yeah. Yep. But that doesn't need to be on.
That's over tight.
That's over tight. Is that right, Cole? Is that right? How it's looking now?
Yep, perfect.
Yep. Guys, I just want to say a bit of a disclosure. Colin just brought something up, really important. This is not we're inside a Harley Davidson dealership, but we're not using proper torque wrenches, are we, Cole? This is basically...
Showing you how to get out of trouble in the bush, showing you what it takes to get them apart and back together to get to safety. We wouldn't be cleaning all these axles, and we'd be cleaning the threads and putting anti-seize and greasing the axle, but we're not doing that today.
We're talking just how to get out of trouble, how to get a wheel off, how to get it back on when you've just got to use basic tools. So just that's a disclosure. We obviously don't want Colin, people are going to go, oh, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that correct. We don't care about that. This is about if I'm broken down and I need to take a tyre off, a wheel off and get it taken somewhere, That's what Colin's helping me with today. So please understand that.
Professionally, we would have put some of these parts back on that we took off the customer's bike, you see. But
Did you forget to put that on?
Yep.
All right. What are you going to do with that?
I'm going to throw it away like you would if you're in the bush.
It's part of my bike. Now we're going to do the rear, which is going to be the big thing. So you got to take the mufflers off.
Well, this is your axle.
Because those guys in Mexico, they did a very thorough job.
Yeah, they got it off. I saw that.
I know. So Colin's saying to always use a ring spanner. So there's only basically those 4 nuts, 2 here and the one here, that holds the exhaust on.
The muffler.
The muffler, sorry.
The exhaust, yeah.
Right, so we're trying to loosen them before we try and get them off. Oh, so that's another part. So would you try and loosen that off? Yeah, you're just trying to get it.
I'm just trying to get some penetrine.
So this is the joint here.
Yeah. Yeah, wiggle it.
So just wiggle it. I think it's going to come off.
There you go. There you go.
Look at that. That's going to come off.
Yep, turn it, wiggle it, whatever it takes to get it off. Up and down.
Up and down.
Yep, there.
I mean, on my Road King, it would be a lot more brutal, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to...
Well, your Road King...
Here we go, look at that. Look at that.
I think your Road King's going to get modified, isn't it?
Well, yeah, look at that.
Beautiful. Good work.
If you started it up now, would it still run?
Yep.
What would it sound like?
Just loud.
Yeah. How good does that sound?
Right, now you got to take that circlip off. See that safety circlip?
It's a safety thing, so how do you get that off? So this is a safety thing, yeah? Oh yeah, so look how easy that just comes
If
off.
you don't hold it, it will go ping!
That's loose, keep taking it off.
Yeah, take that right off. That's
I'll take it right off.
That's a nut.
So this is the main nut you're going to take off. So you take off that clip, take off the clip, then take off the nut, yeah? Can I try and guess what we do next and you tell me?
Yeah, go on, yes.
I'm thinking we bash this out the other end.
No, big washer looking thing here.
Yeah, round thing,
it's, It's a cam.
Yep.
So you need to put the spanner on it and turn it towards the back of the bike. So
Do you
loosey.
want to pop the camera?
Lefty loosey.
Yep. So we want to go, oh well it is loose.
Yep. Kaboot, stop. That's enough. Now if you go around the other
Oh,
side.
so we're turning this thing around, yep.
Yeah.
So it's facing, yep.
Get off.
Pull it off now. Yep.
Right. And this is what the boys in Mexico damaged. There's a flat on there.
Yep.
And a flat on there.
Yep.
Now it's not that accurate at the best of times. That's why nobody races with these on. They set them up with proper adjusters.
Yep.
But it's okay for mass manufacturing, you know.
Yep.
Now that axle will just push out. Well, because it's not seized. You can grab the other side and give that a pull.
Just pull it out. So we're pulling out the axle now.
Well, there's one thing we've forgotten to do.
What?
Take the brakes off, but we can do that after.
Okay, so we pull this out.
Yep.
Will it just pull all the way out?
Yep.
There we go. All right.
Let's put that on the bench.
But we've got
That wheel's not doing anything now, but we forgot to take the brake. So unfortunately, it's not the same as on a Tourer. It's not the same as the front wheel.
Is it just these two?
Yeah, that's it.
So we've got to take the brakes off. We forgot to do that. Taking the brake off. There's just the one brake, yeah? So it's just the 2 bolts.
Yeah, but it'll still have an ABS sensor, the same as the front wheel did. We've got to do it. See this wire?
Yep. So everything's off. The wheel's ready to come off, yeah?
Yep.
So you just slide
Just take your belt out of the way.
slide out the way, yep.
That's your wheel spacer.
Yep.
You can... People put them back together without that, and it's fucking dangerous. You've got to remember that's there.
So you've got to always remember to put the spacer back.
Hook it up because it was getting hooked up on the mudguard bolt.
Yep. So keep going.
Just stop. Well, if you come around here,
Oh, something's caught, is it?
yeah,
Okay,
see it starting to pick. That was sitting under your wheel was shock.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want that. You just got to make sure.
Make sure it's not. So keep going up a bit higher.
Yeah, a little bit higher.
Okay, so the bike's jacked up. The wheel's all loose. So we've got the... Oh, so the pulley just drop off, does it?
It'll just come out.
Okay.
And it's a lot easier. It's on what they... Oh, these fucking things are going to be in our way. Never mind.
Oh, look at all those rubber things.
Well, that's called a cush.
Okay.
Cush drive.
So try and keep that shit all together.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just know how to put it back together.
Oh, I'm not going to know how to fucking put it together.
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. Look,
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I thought they were individual parts, like a jigsaw puzzle.
this is part of your wheel spacing. You shouldn't have to touch it.
Yeah.
It stays there. With a Tourer, it has an extra bearings out here. So these are support, part of the wheel bearing support.
So that will just clip back in. Can I just practice that? Can you just for a minute? So when I put it back together, if I'm doing it, you just get it gently slide it under, and that should eventually just find its way in. There we go. So that's on, yeah?
Yep, perfect.
Okay, right.
Now you can probably grab that wheel from that side, pull the bottom toward you. No, get round, hold it.
Oh, here?
Yeah, like that. You might be able to lay it down and slide it out at the same time.
Oh, so lay it down a bit. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, feeling that. Look at me.
Eat your heart out, Mexicans.
Try and get my head in the shot, mate. Yeah.
I've seen enough of your fucking head on the last 20 vlogs.
Look at that, I've just taken the rear wheel off, a CVO Road Glide, and we've done it in probably 25 minutes. We're gonna put it back together. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, this is to get me out of trouble if I'm stuck somewhere, so I can ride to the closest Harley Davidson dealership and not have the wheel basically fall off. So what's the first thing, Colin, you're gonna film?
Well,
what's the first thing I do?
We haven't got tyres to put on it till tomorrow, so
yeah,
we'll just mock it up, stand it up. That's it.
All right. Okay, we're in. Now, fuck. Do we lower the bike gently? Lower the bike gently, make sure it doesn't catch on nothing.
That's
that what you said?
Exactly that. Drive pulley in, it might make it a bit hard now.
Can we get that in or not?
Run the wheel back and we'll see if we can.
What do you mean, just ride it back a bit?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you'll get it.
So we forgot to put this in, but... See, we could have edited that out and just made out that we didn't forget, but you do forget things. Okay, easy.
Look at that.
Yeah?
Yep, good. That's actually positive.
So there, we're pretty close, Cole.
Pretty close, right?
Yep. Hold it.
Yep. Now, back around to this side and grab your axle.
Okay, what about the, I'm worried about the spaces.
Well, we'll get to that.
So the axle goes in before spaces.
Well, just put the axle in.
So put the axle in?
Yep.
Do we put it in front of the bed or does it matter? Yeah, like that, yeah. Okay, so did you film that bit?
Yeah, mate.
So make sure, all right. So put the axle in.
Not all the way, just in, like that's good.
Yeah.
What have you forgotten? What was the thing I said to you was the most important?
I forgot.
That spacer.
Yeah.
So you might as well give that a bit of a quick...
So that's got to go in first. That goes...
Yep.
So we've got to pull this out and put the spacer in, yeah? Yep. Out.
Right, put
Oh, so it goes behind, doesn't go in front.
That's a spacer.
Right.
Thing is, you have to put the belt on first.
Yep.
But with this we don't, because the wheel will rotate forward enough to get the belt on.
So my Road King's similar to this. It's
exactly
a Tourer.
the same as this.
Yep, okay.
That your ABS is in the right position, as in not out there.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna put the wheel back on, so the wheel's lowered, sort of in position. So next thing is what? Put the brakes back on.
Put your brake mount in.
Put the brake mount in.
Yeah, you'll need two hands.
So where does that go?
You've done this once, so you did it just before, so you should be able to do it again.
Goes in there.
Yeah, push your wheel away from you.
That's all level there.
No, it's not on. See, it's got to slide
down.
back towards you now. Pull it straight out towards you. Yep, perfect. Yep, you might have to wiggle the wheel a little bit. Oh no, it's going to be nice for you. Pull the brake caliper down a little bit. Yep, perfect.
So that's in.
The axle should push through. Keep an eye on where this tail is.
Hang on, where's the axle? Oh, it's here. So it's here.
So turn it down to there.
So you want that at the back?
Yep, for now, push it in.
Might have to drop the wheel a bit, do you think?
Oh, no, just push it. Now we'll go to that side and see how your alignment is. The axle should be starting to come through.
Yeah, this needs to come down a bit, do you think?
Well,
oh no, it's going to come through. So just keep pushing it through.
yep.
Keep going.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's it.
done.
That's done.
Right, now have a look where your cam is on that side.
So this is the cam.
That's the cam.
Yep, so that's facing at the back.
Yep, now grab the other cam that we took
Yeah,
off.
go around here.
Put it on, it's got to be the same.
So that the back like that, yeah?
No.
That way.
Yes. So always have a look at the wear marks. That's got dirt on it and it's got a pattern like that, which means it's been sitting over that hole.
Yep.
This has got a rub mark on it where the nut's been turning. The back of this nut will have a, see it's been rubbing on there, so that gives you a clue how it goes back on.
Yep.
Your flat goes on your flat.
The flat goes on the back, okay. So use the wear marks. It goes on the back, okay. Did we have a spacer? Oh no, the ABS is the spacer, isn't it, for here?
But
yep.
the mount, the caliper mount and the ABS.
So,
now put your nut on.
So that's facing the back. This one's facing the back, yep, okay. Then put the nut on.
Yep. Just spin it up finger tight. Just back it off just a 15th, because what's going to happen now, you're going to get on that nut on the other side and rotate the cams to tension the belt.
Okay.
And if you have that tight,
Yep.
it'll do what happened to you in Mexico. It'll screw the centre out of it.
Strip it. Okay. So this cam's moving.
Yeah, it's perfect.
So keep moving it.
Yeah. Now watch the belt.
Oh, so the belt starts to tighten. I got you. Oh, yeah, I can see the belt moving. Yep. Hang on.
And the other side, we'll be doing the same thing.
Okay, so keep. So that's pretty tight. Oh, that's funny. Is that too tight?
No, that's pretty good. And see if you can tighten it without the axle turning. Sometimes you've got to hold the other side. Now, to get that belt so it was...
It's fairly tight. You feel that?
You want it to move about that. So there's... To do the correct military procedure, there's a spring tension gauge you put on there and you use a steel rule and you measure the deflection. There's no... In my opinion, you don't need to go to that much trouble. That's too loose. Put a bit more on it.
There. Yeah.
Now, before you tighten the nut, I'll get a spanner on this and hold the axle for you.
Because as I'm moving it, it's moving, isn't it?
Yeah,
So you keep going a bit tighter.
I'll have a feel. I think that's probably going to be all right.
So the belt should be still tight now, yeah?
Yeah, you had that right.
Yep, the belt's tight.
And you happy with that belt? It's moving about 5 mils, sort of there.
Okay, there we go. That went on easily.
Yep, perfect. Just check your ABS unit is in a good spot. Yeah, it is. It's up a bit high, but I'm going to pull it out again later. Yeah, that's it. And your bolts for your brake caliper. I would normally give those a wire brush if you had it available, and a bit of anti-seize. But we haven't got that. We're in the bush, so... Then obviously you'd put the spanner on those and tighten them up.
Well, we won't do that now.
No.
And what about that little clip? Oh, that's the clip that goes on last.
Yep. Oh, it can go on now, but...
And that stops it from...
It just stops the nut coming off. It's just a safety thing.
And that's the final. And how do you...
Just push it.
Okay.
Sweet. Now, pump your brakes before you go any further. Yep. Grab your front brake and pump that. Yep. And all that does is push the pads back out so that... Because they'll have moved in, yeah.
And is that the back wheel back on?
That's it.
So you can ride the bike?
Yep.
So when we put the axle through, these things, well on this side, it's got to be out here, because when we turn it, they've got to be pointing out, don't they? That's the main thing to remember.
As long as when you rotate the axle and it goes down to there, it takes tension off. See, that comes away from... Remember I rolled it on the bench?
Yep.
Well, now that's rolled back as far as it wants.
Okay, that's done. Front wheel taken off, put back on. Rear wheel taken off, put back on.
All right, well, that's about that.
That's
now,
it.
The only thing we've still got to do is select some tyres for you. Come on, we'll have a... You can pick which ones you want.
The Road Glide needs new tyres, that's why it's in, but... So again, this is not about being perfection, it's just me having a rough idea of what to do if I do get stuck and I'm with some young kids that they've got some basic tools, but I can guide them a bit.
So there's one here that's already had the Daniel treatment. It's that's probably pretty much ready to go.
Oh,
if you'd like to select something.
Yeah, I like to ride on tyres like that, I feel really comfortable.
If you'd like to make a selection from any of these, we should be able to...
Yeah, I like that one.
It's a bit wide for you, that one.
I'm not putting any of these on my bike, Cole. All right, we're done. Thanks, Cole. I appreciate your help. You've been a legend. Taught me so much, and he's done this on his own time on a public holiday.
You'll have forgotten.
Hey?
You'll have forgotten everything I've showed you. All you really need is a good credit card, mate.
Yeah, well, I just need to get to a Harley Davidson dealership. All right, let's wrap it up. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Cole.